pinagkaiba ni general ledger sa journal, or ano ba yung pinagkaiba ng ledger mo kay trial balance, di ba? May mga ganong questions minsan. Although, actually, if you went through on our previous review, basic accounting review, kasi si general ledger mo, nandun siya sa posting part mo, okay? Nandun siya sa posting na part ng cycle ng accounting cycle mo. Okay, nandun si ledger. And minsan tatanungin mo, ano ba yung pinagkaiba niya kay journal? Mas nauuna yung si journal kaysa kay ledger, kay accounting cycle. And kapag tatanungin mo naman si trial balance kay ledger, mas mauna naman si ledger sa accounting cycle mo compared kay trial balance. So later on, matatakal natin yan. So additionally, aside from a general ledger, you can have what you call your subsidiary ledger. So ano naman si subsidiary ledger? So kumbaga sub-ledger ito. So anong meron sa subsidiary ledger? These are list of individual accounts that record the transaction with common characteristic linked to a controlling account. So let us say you have an accounts payable account or the general ledger. Okay? And I wanted to show our example to you para mas consistent, no? Para makita mo kung ano ba yung general ledger, subsidiary ledger. Si general ledger kanina, yun yung summary, tama ba? You have a T account. So let us say dito sa instance na to, you have a T account of accounts payable. So merong general ledger ang accounts payable mo, but you can have a subsidiary ledger. Anong nilalaman ng subsidiary ledger mo? Okay? It is a sub-ledger. Kumbaga may specific account lang ito na sa similar transaction sila. Okay? Let us say account payable mo kay Elizabeth Incorporation. So makikita mo dito na meron kang subsidiary ledger ng payables mo only for Elizabeth. Assuming supplier natin ito, no? So assuming supplier si Elizabeth, nandito lahat ng transaction mo regarding Elizabeth, your supplier. So whatever debits and credits, makikita mo din dyan. Now, itong subsidiary ledger mo, yung balances mo din dyan, mafa-forward pa din yan kay general ledger. Okay? So ultimately, saan makikita yung mga ultimate or last item balances kay general ledger pa din. Pero let us say, ganito nga yung scenario mo, I have a lot of supplier and then gusto kong makita yung history ko kay supplier A, kay supplier B, kay supplier C. O kaya naman kay customer A, customer B, customer C. Gusto mo makita maganda ba yung performance ng customer ko? O kaya naman maganda ba yung payment standing ko dito kay supplier na ito? You can also see. Kasi makikita mo, ay ito yung history ko, past due pala ako ng ganito. Pwede rin na, uy ito yung history ko, maganda naman yung payment ko. So, okay lang na i-retain ako ni supplier. So, hindi niya ako pwedeng questionin sa next kapag magpa-purchase ako. Ganun, no? And, yun yung isa sa mga purpose mo kung bakit meron kang subsidiary ledger. Aside from also dissecting, kasi nga gusto mo makita ano lang yung galing kay ganitong customer or ano yung binibigay ko kay specific supplier. Okay? That's the purpose of your subsidiary ledger. But ultimately, kung ano yung balance niyan, okay, ma-forward pa din sa GL account mo in total ng payable. Ganon din, let us say, ang kadalasan na meron dyan, pwede ding mga AR, PPE, okay? General ledger, that is updated monthly. Ganon din kung may subsidiary ledger ka and madalas mong ginagamit. Let us say, si supplier Elizabeth mo, siya ang madalas mong katransact, okay? So most likely, i-update mo to palagi. As well as your general ledger. So, monthly mo din ina-update yan. Okay? Because, of course, it will be really tedious kung hindi mo siya monthly gagawin. Sobrang dami na nung magiging update mo kapag hindi monthly yung ginagawa mo. Kasi, sa dami na magiging entry mo in a period or in a month, dapat na-update yan. And kasali naman yan sa normal cycle ng accounting natin. And, of course, today, together with your computerized system, you can do that easily, okay? Ang kailangan mo na lang is to be careful, of course, when you record and to know kung paano ba nagra-run yung ginagamit mong software or accounting software because there are items na pwedeng automated na kapag ni-record mo, pwedeng na-forward na siya. Pwede namang may iba na manual mo pa ding isi-set up yung mga ganyang issues natin in some of our accounting system. Okay? So that's your subsidiary ledger. Kumbaga, you have a mother tree na ledger, you have a mother ledger, and then divided lang siya into 3. Kasi meron kang 3 supplier. O kaya meron kang 3 customers na minomonitor. Next, so are we clear with your subsidiary ledger? So wala namang masyado kasing items dito, no? Although, yes, it is important. Of course, pa rin na dapat malaman mo ano ba yung subsidiary ledger, ano ba yung general ledger. Kasi baka akalain mo, si subsidiary ledger, it is a class na baka different or baka ang presentation niya is iba sa normal na ledger mo. Okay? So now let us go or let us review with your journal and your ledger again. Okay? So let us look at your journal and your ledger when it comes to tracking the finances of the business. The double entry system that uses both general ledger and general journal is arguably the best method for tracking the overall statistics of your record keeping. So maganda talaga kapag meron kang system of your journal. Of course, hindi mawawala yan, no? Together with your ledger. Okay? So, but you have to truly understand the difference between the two. Your journal or your general journal refers to the book of original entry as it is written here below. Okay? The book of original entry is the book where the accountants or the bookkeepers record the business transaction initially in order of the date or in order of the date when the transaction occurred. So let us say today is July 31. On this day, may mga na-record yung mga accountants at bookkeeper natin na last transaction for this month. Okay? So nai-imagine mo yun, bukas, August 1, another set of books na naman yan for August. So makikita mo, August 1, you have the first items na i-journalize ng mga bookkeepers at mga accountants natin dyan. Okay? So, yun yung initial na pagka-record mo or pag-debit and credit mo of whatever accounts affected of your different transaction in the operation. Now, your general ledger tracks the 5 prominent accounting items, and that's your asset, your liabilities, capital, revenue, and expense. And that is called your book of final entry because that is the final basis of you or of the company on creating their trial balance already, subject to adjustment. Yun na yung pupunta sa FS natin. Yun yung naka-reflect. Okay? So, ultimately, of course, yung FS naman natin is on an annual basis, although yung iba merong mga interim. But for ledger purposes, itong mga to, ina-update natin to lagi. Okay? Monthly, ideally, of course, para hindi ka naman malilito, no? Kasi kung na-summarize mo nga siya, pero hindi mo naman siya na-update monthly, it could be confusing kapag napatagal mo yung process mo of your update. Okay? And then, of course, the advances in technology, it will make it for our accountants and for the people in the accounting industry to maintain these two kinds of your book. Okay? Kasi minsan, kapag nagawa mo na si original entry mo, pwedeng meron kang system, automated na, pwedeng may posting na siya. O kaya naman, kapag nagkaroon ka ng entries mo, okay, meron kang daily, of course, daily summary, no? So, mas maganda mo na siyang makikita. Okay? And then, mas madali mo na siyang matrace kapag gusto mo nang mag-posting. Okay? Kasi yung manual, syempre, yung sulat mo, medyo alanganin pa, ang hirap minsan. Okay? So, mas maganda talaga pag may system na. And of course, kadalasan naman ngayon, meron na yan. Okay? Sa tingin mo ba, mapapalitan yung ating profession? That's a good question, no? Sa tingin mo ba in the near future, mapapalitan or mawawala yung profession ng accountants? Okay? Maybe some, but not totally, of course. Kasi, alam mo ba, yung trabaho natin, it requires professional judgment. And those are the things that your computer cannot do. Imaginein mo yun, no? So, ang computer mo actually pwede siyang mag-post para sa'yo, pwede siyang gumawa ng FS para sa'yo, but ultimately, hindi ka pwedeng i-eliminate kasi accountant ka and you have the power of what you call the professional judgment. And hindi magagawa yan ng computer mo. Okay? So, that's one of the things na trivia lang naman. Okay? So, anyway, so kahit sabihin mo, ay, automated naman na yan, no? So, at the end of the day, you still have to check. Ikaw pa rin ang ultimate na gumagawa niyan. So, number one, you go back to your basics or you go back to your accounting cycle. Ano ba yung mga dapat mong bantayan ulit? Okay? So, kapag alam mo ng difference ng ledger mo and journal mo, well and good, of course. And of course, yung journal mo, if you go back to our discussion again, meron ka na namang dalawang journal, huwag mong kakalimutan your general and your special. Kapag special journal, those are items that are repetitive in nature. So let's say sa isang araw, madami kang sale. So most likely you have a special journal for sale lang. Para at the end of the day, minsan ang entry mo na lang na, ito ang cash sale ko, ito naman ang total credit sale ko. Okay? So, ayan lang naman. And of course, ledger, do not forget, you have your subsidiary and of course, your general ledger. Next, may na-miss ba ako? Sa tingin nyo may na-miss ba ako ng mga points natin? And now, how to prepare your ledger. So, your ledger is very simple to prepare and still part of the basic accounting review. This is part of the posting process on your accounting cycle. So kindly take note of that. It is under the posting process of your accounting cycle. Okay? So ano ginagawa mo sa posting? On the posting part, you derive all the items from your journal, fino-forward mo sila sa general ledger mo. Okay? And that is the process of posting. So you have your what is known as T account. So, kanina nababanggit ko, di ba, you have T account for your cash, you have T account for your AR. Actually, yun, di ba? So, imagine mo, no, nung undergrad ka, kung sakaling reviewee ka ngayon, nung undergrad ka, yan yung ginagawa mo na kapag humahanap ka ng cost of goods sold, may T account ka na inventory, meron kang allowance for doubtful accounts, di ba? Meron kang T account, anong balance end ng AR mo, may T account ka. Actually, you're doing the ledger na, okay? Na-imagine mo yun? So, yung T account na ginagawa mo, yun yung sample ng ledger na tinatawag natin. So, ang dali, di ba? Anong ginagawa mo dun sa T account na ginagawa mo on your undergrad or kung nag-aaral ka pa? Ano yung ginagawa mo? Kinukuha mo lahat. What's the beginning balance? What is the ending balance? What are the transaction involved? Debit, credit, o di ba? Basically, ginagawa mo na yung ledger. So, kailangan mo na lang alamin, yun pala yung ledger. So, na-imagine mo yun, yun lang pala yun. Okay? So, si general ledger mo ngayon, di ba kinukuha mo yung ending balances? Those ending balances are actually your basis already for your trial balance. Yung mga outstanding balances mo, let's say you have ending balance AR, 28,000 pesos, yun ngayon yung nakalista on your trial balance. Of course, subject to any adjustment kung meron man or wala. As well as to your any other asset account, liability, and your revenue and expense account, as well as your equity. So lahat yan, walang exempted. So kung paano mo i-prepare yung ledger ng cash mo, ganun ka rin mag-prepare ng ledger ng equity accounts mo. Of course, only that you have to identify ano bang normal balance. Okay? Ano ba starting point ko? Is it a debit or a credit? So dito again, we have another sample here. Meron siyang sample ng journal niya. So, usually ganito naman yung another presentation no, ng ledger mo. You have the date, yung explanation mo. At saan mo makita yung explanation kapag nag-journal ka dito sa baba, di ba? So, nag-invest ka sa business, yun naman yung magiging explanation niya as well. And then, usually kapag gumagawa ka ng journal mo, you have references, yun yung nilalagay mo naman sa ledger mo. Where did you get that reference? Journal number 1. Ganyan. Now, you get your debit, you get your credit, and now you have your balance. And itong balance na to, the 15,000, mapapansin mo, assuming wala na ibang transaction, yan ngayon yung nagre-reflect sa trial balance mo. Di ba? Ngayon, ano yung isa pang entry na affected? Ano isang account? The equity account. Kung makikita mo, kung credit siya sa journal mo, dapat credit din siya sa side ng general ledger ng equity account mo. So, dapat parehas yun ha. That's another simple way na makikita mong tama yung posting mo. Dapat kung ano yung side sa journal mo, dapat yun din yung side sa posting mo. Naka-debit din siya. Because it's a matter of transferring whatever journal entry you made. Okay? So, kung debit yun ng cash mo, dapat debit lang din sa cash mo. Okay? So, actually, I did not present any other longer here. Why? Because maiintindihan mo to by just, I think, by just, presenting this to you. Kasi nga, anong sabi natin sa accounting cycle mo? Posting, ang kasali dyan si general ledger mo from your general journal. So, kinokopya mo lang. It's just a matter of copying. Okay? Ano na naman yung bottom line natin? Be careful of copying and of course, be careful at the beginning of every transaction. Of course, your analysis, ano bang affected dito? Because sometimes, hindi kasalanan ng general ledger mo kung may mali ka sa trial balance mo. Okay? So, mostly, any mistake done, okay, na na-forward sa ledger mo, it's all done from the analysis itself of your entries or your transaction. Ano bang affected na entry? Ano bang affected na transaction? Ano yung entry ko? So, yung entry mo, kapag yun yung ginormalize mo at nagkamali ka, yun yung original na or yun yung origin ng mali mo. And of course, mali din si ledger natin. So,